What do you recommend for guys to do when they want to go for a kiss? Is it better not to kiss until you have actually pulled her, but still use other forms of escalation like hand holding? What's your kind of system for this?
Can I lead this one? So, this is another one that I hear all the time in the community. It's that as soon as you can get her phone number, get her phone number. As soon as you can kiss her, kiss her. As soon as you can get to bed with her, get to bed with her. That's not always the best move. She needs to be, I like to think of escalation as a window that opens, the escalation window. When it cracks open, that's not the time to barge through and damage the window and force your way through. Wait till that escalation window is all the way open. Women are savvy to guys rizzing them up for 5 minutes and then saying, "Hey, what's your Instagram?" Right? Or storming in for a kiss and seizing on a kiss opportunity. Wait till she really wants it. Wait till she really wants it. Play a solid game. Let the magnetism build up. I actually feel magnetism when the girl's ready to be kissed. Is that magnetism real? Or have I just built an internal kinesthetic waypoint of sorts from having many at bats? Is it just an intuition? I don't know, but I know that it's real. I feel my lips being pulled to her lips. I'm not leaping into the unknown. I hope this works out. The IOIs are flowing. She's ready to be kissed when I kiss her. And I release the kiss at the right time as well. The idea that you have to have her in a sex location is not, that's fallacious thinking. As Mystery said, sometimes we kiss in pickup, sometimes we kiss in mid game, sometimes we kiss in end game. It's up to her. It's her comfortability, not mine. It's not when I want to kiss her. It's when is she ready to be kissed, and when is she really ready to be kissed? When does she really want to be kissed?
Indicators of interest. You look for enough indicators of interest and you get them, she's more likely ready to be kissed. For instance, certainly if holding your hand brings her discomfort and she doesn't want to hold your hand and doesn't squeeze back, that's an indicator of disinterest. I'm not going to escalate to kissing. But if I say, I'm trying so hard not to make out with you right now. All right, where was I? Oh, yeah, we were talking about me. If I use that frame, that conditions, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Forgive me. What that does is it allows you to get information prior to making the move. What do you call that? There's a single word for
Extract.
that.
Extract.
Extract. That's not the perfect word, but that's the correct
Frame.
word. It's in the thesaurus. The thesaurus. Say that 3 times fast. But so what I do is, what I've done in the past rather, is I would lean in and smell her and say, "Come here, I want to smell you." And if she indulges in that, and I say, "You smell so familiar," or depending on the flinch test that's happening there, I'll say, "You smell like poo, shampoo." So I can use either one. Either one is a IOD, which is comedic, and it's a roll off to handle her discomfort. But if she's comfortable with my getting close, I'm trying so hard not to make out with you. That's the exact same line that Cosmo in the TV show was told in his earpiece by me. And he got to make out instantly because she simply said, "Why did I tell you you couldn't?" And they went and got the kiss, right? So you can do a move to prepare her for the kiss. "I'm trying so hard not to kiss you right now" is a good soundbite. Or "Let me smell you. You smell so familiar." All right, I'm not in that headspace, right? Now you can do another flinch test and do the 90-10. You know, you can say, "Come here." Another one I use is "Stick your tongue out." And they go, "What?" Just stop thinking and stick your tongue out like this. Stick your tongue out. And then you suck on it. It's a compliance test. If she sticks her tongue out, well, then you come in and she's not moving, so you suck on her tongue. That's a part of the compliance escalation ladder. Food for thought.
Wow. Yeah, there's definitely gambits for kissing, which is compliance. You just, you're testing your compliance of hand holding, moving, mini bounce. So there's routines for it. There's super routines, which moves you very slowly up the compliance ladder to know that, she's interested in you without freaking her out, basically. And then the other school of thought is I don't want to kiss her until we get home. Because if we get home and we've kissed already, she's going to think that I'm expecting even more than that and won't want to come home with me. But if I'm giving the anticipation of only we've not kissed yet, but we're definitely going to kiss when we get home, most likely, but she can then get away with only kissing me and nothing else, then she's more likely to come. But obviously when you're kissing, one thing leads to another, doesn't it? But what I'm saying is the compliance is very important, that you do things smoothly and not shock her immediately. So yeah, definitely compliance ladders before kissing. So yeah, there's one school for thought that you want to kiss in the club and one you don't want to kiss in the club. And you've got to gauge which is most important at the time. And I think most girls won't want public displays of affection immediately unless it's round the corner and you go, look, I must. And there's a quick 2 seconds of kissing or something. And then that's enough. That's all you get, Speed Racer. And push away. Be the one to push away, though. She pushes you away. That's bad sign. So keep it short. Keep it sweet.
Yeah, when you wait to sexually escalate, when you have her isolated, there's this mistake that a lot of guys make where they just uncage this wild beast. And a lot of women know what this one looks like as well, where the guy's playing it cool, playing it cool, playing it cool. And then he gets her alone and he's like a wild dog, right? A lot of the game is demonstrating that we can feel where her comfort threshold is. We move ourselves right up to that threshold and then back away from it. And every time we back away from her comfort threshold or just slightly breach it and then back away, we demonstrate to her that she can trust us. That when we do finally get to bed, we're not going to go crazy on her. We can sense where she's at. We're going to respect her comfort levels. It's going to be an enjoyable experience.
So interesting. For me, it's like, I mean, people read the way I write, and it's kind of, I like words and I like the way they go together. And people think, well, I must be this lover boy, go in for the soul gazing kiss. I'm not. I bang. That's what I do. It's fun and exciting.
Dirty dog.
100%. And I like that. And I'm excited. Let's go. So for me to kiss a girl in the club, for instance, my goodness.
Zan, what was that 1 in a million talk?
I'm telling you, man, to kiss a girl in the club back in the day, it's like you see a guy, he gets his nerve up or whatever, and he's dancing with a kind of drunk girl, and he makes out with her on the dance floor, and then her mother hen comes and says, "It was nice to meet you. We have to go," and gathers her up and takes her away as they do. And now the guy's like, okay, who's next? So for me, it's like what you said, Beckster, is they go around the corner. But in public display, I've never kissed a girl except Deanna, my girl, in public. I'm not going to do that because everyone watches that, everyone sees it, and then when they're gone, now you're like, okay, who's next? And so for me, it's the first kiss for me, and I realize I'm not normal. I'm not like other guys, because for the first kiss for me should be on the cheek. Give you some sugar right here and here.
Indeed,
okay, I'm going to come back and see you. Don't forget me. I'll be back. And this is already intimate. This already breaks that intimacy barrier. If you get her to kiss you on the cheek or you kiss her on the cheek, that's the first kiss should be on the cheek as far as I'm concerned.
Have you ever done kiss me on the ring? It's not going to work most of the time. But if you really want to test for
which ring,
I have done that in field.
I have 3.
Tell me about it. I would love to know.
I have 9.
But the first kiss for me, because I want it to be like I like the fun of it, So like for me, it's like I like it. I'm not this romantic. People think I am. I'm like the cover of a romance novel, like flowing in, soul gazing. I'm not that guy. I like back it up, beep 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 beep. That's what I like. Let's go. So it's like I don't know. Like to make out with a girl, so to deeply make out with a girl is in public. I couldn't possibly do that. No,
Perhaps-
Well, the way I
perhaps,
see it is,
Beckster, you could tell the gentleman here about the set in Belgrade. Both the Blaze and Beckster were there. That's a case in point of, you know,
that was funny.
yeah.
All right,
You
I
want
can
to
tell
split
it. Yeah.
that one?
Yeah, all right, yeah. So basically, the whole tour was mystery single again, right? The whole tour is mystery single again. So he's going to be going at it hardcore, right? The second day of boot camp, the second day, we're in the queue, and mystery's behind me, and I'm doing my getters in the club talk, and he leans over the shoulder, starts chatting to a girl while we're queuing up. We get in. I meet some girls. I go off to the VIP room. I manage to get some bands in, take some girls off. Mystery's talking with a girl. I think a Blaze was talking with another set of girls, and then you went over Mystery. I don't know that bit, so I was gone for that bit.
Yep.
And then when I came back, all I saw, I was with a girl. All I saw is Mystery pinned against the wall, and this girl like literally trying to rip his soul out with her tongue, right?
Devouring
But
Mystery's
Oh my
face.
God.
But I did ask what happened. Obviously, we do debrief and stuff at the end of the day, and the debrief was he was chatting to the new set, and she comes over and she's like, "Hi," and he's like leans over to her and add any extras you want. But I just remember the phrase, "You're gonna have to fight for me, and it's worth it." And then her just grabbing you, pinning you against the wall. Add anything else you want there.
Well,
But
what
that
I
was
wanted to add is that did happen. It does happen. It is generally the exception to the rule, you know, kissing on the open. But
she kissed you.
Thanks to 2 hours afterwards of gaming her, you know, of continuing to game her, meaning working on her comfort levels, I turned the otherwise non-connecting kiss, right? Just for shock value on the open. But I did turn that into a 4-month relationship. But it was because I built comfort after our makeout session. Now, we did make out for a couple hours in the first 2 hours of knowing each other, but there was a lot of dynamic in rolling off for a moment because we can't kiss, we have to breathe, right? And exchange names at some point because I didn't know her name, right? And turn that all the way into a girlfriend who would travel with me around the world. I went to the Dominican Republic. She flew and met me there, right? So it started with something that could have been lost were I not, you know, savvy enough to know that her comfort levels needed to be established. We knew we liked each other physically, but were we truly compatible, right? That had to be found out. I had to still qualify her, even though I was kissing her. What's that?
By living together for ages. Right. So listen, let me just get this in context. Right. Mystery is very good at instantly living with a girl in her house. I don't know.
Homeless bum.
He's wearing her slippers and her robe and everything.
So we go to a new city. We've been doing it for like 16 years. And then some cities we live in because we love them. Right. So we live in for a while. We lived in Amsterdam numerous times for many months. You know, we've lived in Ukraine. We've lived in Barcelona. We've lived in America. You know, all over we've lived for periods of time. And so we go. And at the start, it's a shared Airbnb. And not too long, some of the times, obviously, he's living with someone. So I'm like, I've got to find a 1-bedroom Airbnb now, do I? But he's living with them. And it's like, you've only known them a day. You live with them that night from meeting them because he went to the place and never left. He goes to these places and doesn't leave numerous times.
He sleeps in and he sleeps in and she doesn't want to wake him up, and then he just 2 days later he wakes up.
It's a part of compliance momentum.
That's a good one.
It's a part of compliance momentum.
sleep
A lot of guys are trying
with
to
one eye open.
7 hour rule.
listen to this thought. A lot of guys
Go
are
to work.
trying to bed a woman. What I'm attempting to do is turn her into my travel partner. It's a different level of compliance, and it's going to lead to living with her if she travels with me. We're going to be in a shared space. We're instantly living together.
Instant girlfriend
my
technique.
motivation, that's right. My motivation
Yeah.
is not to bed the girl. Instead, my motivation is to live with her.
You're
It's
not
actually this
you're
actually
not
love it.
betting the goal.
He
You're
games
just-
a girl and a
you're,
house.
you're saving the game so that
And
you
breakfast.
collect the beds of women so that you could have so many options all over the planet.
He doesn't
well-
go back and make a notch on the bed. He goes to their bed and makes a notch.
This ties into one of the first questions you asked, Ice, when you said, what is something that people don't understand about you? Mystery gets short-term hookups. I've seen it. I've seen him hook up quick, and it was just a one-time thing or a few-time thing, but that's not the norm. You know, you can get a girlfriend with this stuff. We're not just teaching guys how to hook up and how to bed women. You can use the M3 model
Right.
to get a girlfriend.
Yeah.
You can use it how you want to use it. That's the beauty of it.
I would
If
say
you're
this.
if you're young, free, and single, you can use it to go out and spread your love. If you want a committed relationship, you can use it to get a committed relationship. If you want multiple, you can get multiple. The choice is yours. That's the beauty of this game. You learn a skill set that's practical in all areas of life.
My objectives have changed over the years as I get older. I'm more inclined to looking for a long-term partner these days than in the past, where if you said LTR, I would have laughed, right? I went through a season of a different sort than I am than now. I'm in a new season, and I've changed objectives. I'm less concerned now personally with skill set development as I am with skill set use. So I'm a lot more discerning now than I've ever been.